Welcome to Rideability. Rideability is a non-profit organization that serves to provide therapeutic horseback riding to children and adults with special needs. Rideability began in 1997 with a woman named Mary Lubin who had given birth to a daughter with special needs. Mary strongly desired for her daughter to share in life experiences with her, such as camping and horseback riding. Mary, along with her neighbor Ellen Newman and Lynn McCutcheon, a physical therapist to Mary's daughter, began to research therapeutic riding and founded Rideability. Jim and Jeannie volunteered to host Rideability at their farm in Pine Island, Minnesota, and in 2001, Jeannie became the volunteer executive director and program director. Since that time, Rideability has been recognized for providing therapeutic recreation for children with disabilities, for emphasizing mental health rewards of interacting with peers, for parents as active program participants, and for providing a support network for the parents with common life difficulties. The mission of Rideability is to serve families of children or adults with special needs, providing horseback riding and related activities, creating a fun and therapeutic environment where everyone is able.
Before we begin the training session of the video, let's go over 10 important rules to safety. 1. Students must wear a safety helmet and appropriate attire, including long pants and closed-toed shoes. 2. Students must use safety stirrups or no stirrups. 3. Students must have completed an evaluation. 4. Volunteers must wear sturdy shoes and appropriate and modest attire. 5. Volunteers must have completed training. 6. Gates must always be closed and fastened. 7. Every horse's tack will be safety checked. 8. Do not enter the arena without permission. 9. Listen to the instructor and be respectful. 10. Listen to the instructor and follow instructions.
When you arrive at Rideability for training purposes, you can park in the front lot. However, when you come to volunteer for classes, you should park in the rear pasture. During your training, be sure to familiarize yourself with the location of important safety items such as fire extinguishers, first aid kits, helmets, telephones, and light switches. Also, the restroom is located outside. If you have any questions, please be sure to check with the instructors.
As the students prepare to ride, ensure they are properly fitted for a helmet. It is important that the helmet is neither too small nor too large. Have the instructor check the helmet's fit the first time a student rides.
Before riding, have the students mount the stationary saddles to perform warm-ups and stretches. These can be found posted on the front of each station.
To perform the standard mount, the horse leader will guide the horse to the ramp for the mounting position. The student should be sure to stay behind the red line on the mounting ramp. Student will place their left hand on the horse's neck and their right hand in front of the saddle. Student will place the left foot on the ramp near the horse and will swing the right leg over the back of the horse around to the horse's right side. Student will gently sit in the saddle and may pick up the reins. The sidewalker on the right will apply a proper hold. Student may give the walk-on command. The team will slowly leave the mounting ramp when approved by the mounting personnel. The left sidewalker will take the position and apply the same hold as soon as possible.
Before leaving the barn, each student needs to be checked by an instructor to ensure proper stirrup length and that the saddle is securely fastened. Also, ensure the rider is comfortable with their horse before leaving the barn.
The ankle hold is used for students that do not need as much support. In this hold, the sidewalker will only use the hand nearest to the student to give minimal support just above the student's ankle.
With the full hold of the thigh and ankle, the sidewalker will place the arm nearest to the student across the student's thigh to stabilize side-to-side movements. The sidewalker can grab the saddle with this hand for support. Remember that the arm should be level and pressure should be applied evenly. The arm furthest from the student will hold just above the student's ankle to stabilize forward and backward movement. The full hold with back support is used to prevent students from moving too far forward or backward and assist with their balance. In this hold, the sidewalker will use the arm nearest to the student to support the back of the student. The elbow can rest on the horse or saddle. The arm furthest from the student holds near the student's ankle or thigh.
This hold is the same as the full hold with back support, but it's a little more stable. In this hold, the student has a gait belt fastened around his or her waist. The sidewalker can then support the student's back with their hand under the gait belt. This adds extra security for the sidewalker to guide the student if he or she should lean too far in any direction.
It is important for sidewalkers to switch sides every 30 minutes throughout the riding session so that they can avoid any stiffness or soreness from remaining in one position too long. To do this in the safest and most efficient way, the sidewalker should alert the lead walker that they wish to switch sides. When the lead walker and the horse have stopped walking, one sidewalker will announce to the other, "I am coming over to your side. Stay there until I replace you." The first sidewalker will make sure to walk in front of the horse so as not to startle the horse from behind. They will replace the second sidewalker, and the second sidewalker will also walk in front of the horse to the opposite side. When everyone is in place and ready, the student can tell the horse to walk on.
After a student has mastered basic riding techniques, they may progress to trotting if deemed safe by the evaluation process. The lead walker will instruct the riding team on an appropriate technique.
When entering or exiting the barn, the horse team will stop and look both ways before entering or exiting.
In a standard dismount, the student will remove their feet from the stirrups, move the reins to a safe position, lean forward, and swing the right leg over the horse behind the saddle. The student can then slide to the ground or step off onto the mounting ramp with assistance.
In crest dismounting, the student will remove feet from stirrups, move reins to a safe position, and bring right leg over horse's neck. The sidewalker on the right assists with the leg and supports the student's back. The student is then facing the instructor or mounting ramp assistant and can be assisted off the horse.
If at any time during the session the student needs to be removed quickly, an emergency dismount will take place. In an emergency dismount, the sidewalker determines that the student is falling beyond recovery and needs to come off the horse quickly. The sidewalker will yell out emergency dismount. The sidewalker on the receiving side will strap his or her arm around the student's trunk, being sure not to pull on the student's arm. The sidewalker on the opposite side will help to guide the student's other leg over the horse to ensure that he or she is not holding on to the horse or reins. The sidewalker on the receiving end will assume a position with one leg forward and slightly bent and the other leg back and at an angle for support in order to best receive the weight of the rider. The lead walker will continue to walk the horse forward out of the way, and the sidewalker will hold on to the student as he or she slides off the horse.
Thank you for watching the basic introduction to volunteer safety at Rideability. Remember that the goal of the program is to provide therapeutic riding for as many students as possible. The experience should be safe and fun for riders, family, and volunteers alike. If you have additional questions, please reach out to Rideability via their website, email, or telephone. Thanks again, and we look forward to seeing you on the farm.